Gentlemen, it is week 23 or 24 or possibly 25. And it's been a pretty solid week. Finally got to use the habit tracker for a whole week. I wanted to have every single square filled in, but alas, I did not. So next week, hopefully I'll be a little bit better. The big takeaways, though, is journaling went fantastic. Making my bed also went very, very well. I missed one day. And then washing a face went fantastic. The big thing I need to improve is the cardio split again. Sometimes it's hard to follow it, but still, I've made some pretty substantial improvements in the last week. I beat this may have been the week before, but I beat my mile PR, brought it down to a 7:35, I believe. And then I also beat my longest continuous run, which originally was, I think, 3.5 miles, and I pushed it to 4 yesterday night. So, running-wise, we're making improvements. Gym-wise, we're getting back to where we were. I'm not nearly as strong as what I used to be. Like, I used to be doing 10-hole reps for 60s. Now I can't even squeeze a full set out of 50s on shoulder press. But I'm just going to have to work it back up. It's going to take me a little bit. But I'm sure I'll get there. At this point, I'm starting to get my workout routine down, which I'm pretty happy about. Now, last week's goal was to fill this entire board up, and it didn't happen. So now I kind of run into that dilemma of, do I want to push it back another week and say, okay, do I want to try to fill this whole board up again and then possibly fail and then maybe try a third week? Or do I want to just bite the bullet and move on to another habit? And I think I want to bite the bullet a little bit. I think I'm going to start pushing my sleep schedule again. I think it's either that or I start doing a bunch of push-ups and pull-ups. It's one of the two. And so I think I want to start moving my bedtime and then moving my wake-up time a little earlier for both, so I can prepare myself for me starting to do more push-ups and pull-ups in the morning. So, that being said, I think I want to move my bedtime to 10 o'clock, and then my wake-up time to 5:30, which I think is pretty solid. That gives me about 30 more minutes of sleep, and then that gives me about 30 more minutes in the morning. So it's a good, I remove an hour from the night and put it towards better things, you know? So that 30 minutes hopefully will be enough time to crank out 100 push-ups and then 50 pull-ups. But that I'm not going to focus on 100% till next week. I might go ahead and just put it on my habit tracker, though. I will do all that after the video. But I'm going to get rid of the washing face thing because I'm really good at that. And then I might get rid of journaling. And then I'm going to push the habit tracker. I'm going to leave the habit tracker here. And then I'm going to move the cardio split. Actually, I'll just leave cardio split. And then I'll replace washing face with the new bedtimes. I'll just put new times. I don't know. New times. And then for journaling, I'll replace it with push-ups, pull-ups. I don't know. I don't have a lot of room to write here, so I'm just going to have to make some compromises, I guess. Moving past that, I've been reading a lot more. I finally, it's been a long time coming, but I finally picked up Game of Thrones. I've got all of the books, but I haven't actually started reading them. I got them for free, so I never had motivation to actually read them. And so I've been staring at that stack of books for the longest time, and I've been always wanting to pick them up and go through every single page, and finally I bit the bullet. The other thing I want to do reading-wise is I downloaded this long list of all these self-improvement books, and I felt like it would be interesting to read. Not pure self-improvement, but more philosophy-focused. And so I would like to read some of those books throughout college. And so I think as I'm reading this, I want to read, I'm going to reread Unstoppable Mindset, which I read probably about a year ago. I got halfway through and then dropped it. So I think I'm going to pick it back up again, and then if I'm able to get through that entire book, then I will allow myself to get one of those self-improvement books. Because one of the things I've realized is oftentimes I'll buy something or buy a book in a hasty decision, and then I won't finish that book or finish what I was going to do because I didn't work myself up to it in a way. So I want to prove to myself that I do want to read those books and not that I just want to feel like I'm reading them. So I think the next 3 habits I really want to work on is, again, let me rewrite this. I'll do 10 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. And then I want to do the 100 push-ups and 50 pull-ups. But that third thing I really want to do is read like a certain amount of pages a night. I'm not sure if I want to do it where I'm reading a certain amount of time or a certain amount of pages. I'm not sure which would be more productive. Maybe it would be pages, but I feel like that's, I don't know, too fluctuatable in a way. I feel like having a certain amount of time that I read and sit down and really focus on reading would be beneficial. So we're going to just put reading time. And then hopefully, the plan is to do the 10 p.m. and the 5:30 p.m. for 1 week, and then do 100 push-ups and 50 pull-ups for 2 weeks. And so the reading time, that will probably come in 3 weeks' time. So by then, I'll be in college. So hopefully I have a little more free time on my hands. That would be awesome. But I've got a lot of stuff to figure out when I get to college, man. I need to figure out when I'm going to be working. Hopefully I can just work on the weekends. But, you know, I'm sure all kids are going to be wanting to work on the weekends in Athens. So I'm not sure how many weekend positions there will be. But so I have a lot to figure out when I get to college, and I'm starting to realize that slowly. Speaking of, 26 days till we leave here, so I need to start packing up things. I need to start going through things and throwing them away, figuring out the logistics of getting all my shit up there, what I'm going to take, what I'm not going to take. I've got a vague idea because I've been thinking about how I want to decorate my room. So I have a vague idea. But that schedule when I get there, it's going to change so much of this. I'm definitely going to take the whiteboard. For sure, I'm going to take the whiteboard. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, but I'm going to take the whiteboard. And then when I do my videos, I for sure am going to have the whiteboard in the background, hopefully. If all goes to plan, it will be in the background. But we'll see. Who knows? Maybe I could get like one of those like rentable study rooms and then put this up or something. But I really want to keep what I've got going on here. I want to keep the days. I'm sure I'll start doing like 100 days again when I'm into college. Because when I get to college, then it's going to be a race against time. Because I only have 4 years. I've only got 8 semesters, and I might not even go for 4 years. I might maybe, with the credits I already have, I can get down to about 3.5 years. If I really want to push it, I can get it down to 3 years, but I'm not sure if I want to do that, especially if I'm going to transfer. And if I'm working part-time as well, I might want to just slow my roll and then keep it as a lower class schedule and have 4 years to go through that, so I can also work on the side. Plus, I want to do my stock stuff, which I need to pick back up. I did good for one day, and I finally opened it back up and started working just a little bit. But I really need to start working and getting that stuff down again. That's been on my mind ever since. Like, ever since I started doing it, and then ever since I stopped doing it. It's like every day I'm like, man, I need to start that again. I feel like I've lost so much time on it. Because I've been working on that stock stuff since, like, December. I've been working on that for a ridiculously long amount of time. Shit. Is that December of 2024 or 2025? I don't even know, bro. It's been a while. Yeah, I think of 2024. That's nuts. I haven't made a single dime because I haven't invested anything because I want to make sure I've got all my ducks in a row before I even put my feet in the water. And it's one of those situations of I'm not sure if it's better to just hold back or just throw myself in and try to swim. Part of me is thinking that I could set up a portfolio and just put like $100 in there and then see what I can do. But again, I don't want to just throw myself into the water and hope I can swim. So I'd rather get my ducks in a row still, but I need to bite the bullet and do it. I got a lot of things I need to bite the bullet and do. Graduation thank yous for like the gifts I've gotten. I need to write those thank you cards, and it's been like 2 months. So I need to get that done. I've got a lot of stuff I need to get done. But, I don't know. And then one of the things I really do want to work on, just passively, is getting my screen time down. My screen time, today was the first day I really looked at my screen time passively. Like throughout the day, I added a widget on my phone that shows me the screen time. And I just see it rise and rise and rise and rise throughout the day. I'm like, oh my gosh. I thought I was going to be able to, my average was 4. So I thought I was going to end up cutting it down to like maybe 3 today. And I ended up, on the pace I am going to be, I'm going to be going to sleep with 5 hours on the phone. I spent half my waking day on the phone. That's ridiculous. I need to cut that shit out. Like 100%. Like, I wonder how much time I'm going to waste on my phone in my lifetime. So seeing that really opened my eyes today. So, cut screen time is going to be a focus. I'll leave this up for next week, and then we can go over how I did. Average for this week was about 4 and some change. So we're going to see if we can lower that back down to maybe 3 throughout this week. Last thing, the quote of the day from this generous book. If you don't know, I go through here, and every single time I record one of these videos, I write one of these quotes down and then present it. And so this week's is, you can solve any problem if you're simply willing to take the time. I've had that thought in my brain many times. The way I believe is I feel like everything is fixable for your habits and your motivations and what you believe, but then it's such a daunting task. You start overthinking from the get-go. And so for me, I overthink it constantly. I'm always second-guessing myself. I'm not pushing hard enough, blah, 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 blah. And so, like, a lot of my problems can be solved by not just being willing to take the time, but just doing it and not stressing it. So, like, the reading thing, I mean, I'm stressing over it already. If I can even handle 30 minutes of my time devoted to reading, or if I can handle an hour of my time to just reading. I'm not sure if I can do that. I'm already stressing about it. Same with this video, for example. It is Monday? I was supposed to record this on Saturday. I pushed it back. So, like, I mean, I've been stressing about it this entire time. Like, oh, I need to record the video, blah, 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 blah. And then I pushed it back and pushed it back and pushed it back. All these problems can be solved if I take the time to figure out why I'm so sluggish on this. Like, I push so much stuff out that I don't need to push out. Like, the thank you cards are a great example. I've been needing to do that for weeks. And every day I'm like, okay, I need to do it. And I push it off. I push it off. Push it off. And then, like, this sweet lady, I don't even really know her, gave me $200. Like, I know her, but I'm not really, really close with her. She's my, I guess, god aunt, right? And so she gave me $200 as a graduation gift, and I haven't thanked her yet. And I want to call her and say thank you. It's just like, I've been thinking about it every day and day and day and day, and I keep pushing it back and pushing it back. That stuff's hard for me. It just is, and I don't know how to fix that. So that's one of the things I'm trying to take my time on and learn how to fix lately. That's one of my biggest flaws, is pushing things back and procrastination. And so it's procrastination and overthinking, and those correlate in ways you don't expect. Anyway, I think really that's it. I'm going to work on this board real quick. I've got to write I got a journal, and then I got to go take a shower and then go to bed. So, see you guys next week.